Padilla, state senator from the San Fernando Valley, and actually I'm wearing a couple of hats this morning. One, to call to your attention a resolution that's in Resolutions Committee today to support our plastic bag ban legislation currently in the legislature. Good news and bad news. We've got the obstacle for many years has been not the Assembly, but the Senate. And I think previous efforts haven't gotten more than about 13, 14 sort of committed yeses on the Senate floor out of the 21 that we need. You know, if we can't, with a supermajority in both houses, get this done this session, what's wrong with us? So the good news is we've got 18 votes up on the Senate floor, more than in any year previous to that. The bad news is we're still short of 21. And part of my big disappointment is not just Democratic members who didn't vote or voted no, but Democratic members who had previously voted yes, who are now abstaining or no. So I need your help. You know, we're going to be back in January with calling for another vote. With your help, we can get out of the Senate, not to take the Assembly for granted, but that's not what the problem has been historically. And I believe we get this measure to the governor's desk sooner rather than later. We know there's dozens upon dozens of local jurisdictions in the state that have a local ordinance, but it's high time that we have a statewide policy in place. And I don't need to convince you on the policy or the merit of that. But you know, this is the caucus in our party to be the leading voice in that, number one. Number two, I'm also a declared candidate for Secretary of State. Announced my candidacy back in April, just before the convention. I had a chance to speak with many of you then. Look, on the one hand, I agree with Derek, who's here earlier, about we can use technology in a much better fashion to improve our voting systems, our election systems in the state of California. But it doesn't stop there. Here's why I'm running. Not only because I have a track record of proven accomplishments while I've been in the legislature, from energy to health to education, etc., but my time on city council in Los Angeles. What really is motivating me right now is knowing two things. One, last November there was 10 million eligible Californians that did not turn out to vote. Half of them who registered to vote just didn't show up to the polls. The other half, people who are eligible to register but haven't for a variety of reasons. The Secretary of State is California's chief elections officer and should be the leading voice in trying to do something about that. Second, I'm tired of hearing about what Texas and Florida and Ohio and Wisconsin or other states are doing to try to make it more difficult to register or more difficult to exercise our constitutional right to vote. But we have Democrats across the country, including here in California, saying, well, kind of who's the counter to that? Right? If we know that's not the direction we want our country going in, who's showing us the better way? I think it ought to be California. We're proud of the leadership role we play when it comes to the environment, when it comes to worker protections, when it comes to so many other things. But when it comes to civic engagement, we're not loud enough, and we should be. A state our size, our diverse, as beautiful as California is, I'm excited about that opportunity, and with your help, I'll get elected next year, and we'll continue to work together to bring about those changes. So thank you very much for your consideration. I'm waiting for the question.
Do you want more